Hi all, I'm back again. Want to do another blog, bit of an update from last time, plus some explanations to what's brought me to this point. I've been a bit candid, been saying the odd bits here and there everywhere about what's been going on, but I've not expressed exactly what's happened or what I've been having to live with for the past few years, well, for most of my life. So, long story short, a couple of years ago, as most of you know, we had a breakdown. Full mental health breakdown, went into a really bad place. How I was still here, I do not know. It weren't for my family, my friends. And then I don't know whether I'd be here or not. A lot's changed since then. I don't keep it going on this one, but I've put loads of weight on. I'm heavily medicated. I'm now on more medication, having more tests, having more things happen. All due to the medication mainly, but hey, what can I say? So, like I said, a couple of years ago, just coming up to my late fiance's birthday, I was having depression for a long time before that, but it was getting worse and worse and worse. Everything was amalgamating on top of one another. Collectives were going on top. And then I'm sat there one day in a psychologist's room going through CBT therapy, which I know I've talked about this briefly before, but it didn't work for me because it was no good for me. And I just sat there and I says to her, I don't think this is working. I agree, she says, but why do you think so? I said, well, it's not getting to the core of what we need to do. I said, I'm not able to keep dives and stuff like that you want me to. And all we're doing is polishing the surface. I can't get on trams. I can't get on trains. I can't get on buses. I can't go out for walks when I want to. I'm really bad with my anxiety. Can't go in certain shops. Can't go in shops when I want to. I have to go late at night, etc., etc. She goes, well, yeah, I agree. Is there anything particularly you need to look at? I said, well, main problem is regards to my past, to my childhood, to the abuse that I suffered, to the emotional, to the physical, to the mental, to the sexual abuse that I suffered. And it was that point it dawned on me I'd actually come out with it. I'd come out with that phrase for the first time to anyone, any official, to anyone. Don't get me wrong, certain people know certain bits about what happened to me. Some people who I thought were close to me, I told everything and then they kind of let me down when I needed them. But what are we to expect, eh? I can go into that for details maybe. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say names. I'm not going to say who did what. I'm not going to say what happened. I'll say first names, because you know what? That's not going to get people in trouble. Get me in trouble. But I won't give full names. But long story short, when I was a kid, a lot of people who know me from childhood know that some things didn't go right. Some things were bad. Some things a child shouldn't have to be doing had to do in order to keep going each day. Despite all this, I came out who I am today. Now, I was a punch bag. I was abused. I was kicked in the face with steel toe cap boots. I was shouted at, screamed at, locked in rooms, locked in cupboards. My sister used to have me climbing out bedroom windows to go and get food from the neighbours so we can get food. It's stupid things like that. I mean, I'm not going to go into that too much because that's the past. That's what happened. Perhaps I might book about it one day, so I don't want to spill all of it. Won't be able to sell a book then, would I? But the main part of what happened from the age of, well, roughly from the age of 9 years old, a family friend came around to the house of my mum's. His family friend then took me to his home, and for the next 6 years, continuously, every time he took me to his home, would molest and rape me. He would tell me that no one would believe me, which was backed up by when I did try to tell people they didn't believe me. I told him that told people that he was hurting me. I told my mum he was hurting me. I told my sisters he was hurting me. But I didn't say exactly how. No one believed me. And I was sent back there the next week. And it was over and over and over. Now, this was a family friend called Mikey, who had connections with the family for a long time. I know for a fact that I'm not the only person that suffered at his hands, but I'm the only person that's come up about it. Now, when I had my counselling, that came out, I went into breakdown not long after that. And I sat there in my car and everything came back in big pictures, big flashbacks, and they were there over and over and over. Everything was coming through. Everything that I'd put to the back of my mind, I'd come back forward. Now, I'd self-medicated up to this point. I've had substance abuse history. I've had alcohol abuse history. I've got a lot of self-harming abuse history. I've attempted my life many times. I've managed to keep most of it hidden from anyone. But it just got too much and I couldn't hide it no more. And I got stuck in a rut. So I ended up, I think it was about the same time, I ended up going to the police station and reporting it. Now, for anyone who's been through that or anyone who's experienced that will know it's a hard thing. It's really hard for me to talk about it now, and this is 2 years on, but you know what? I'm not hiding anymore. I am not hiding behind this anymore. A lot has happened. A lot has got worse, and I'm not hiding it. I need to talk about this, and I need to get it out in the open. And I need to make people aware of what's going on around them. Because this was happening around my friends and my family, with my mum's friends, should I say. This was going on no matter where I was. I can name parts and places that I was in at certain times, and people will know straight away that something wasn't quite right, but they saw it happening. But at the end of the day, it happened, and I was unfortunately one of his, I don't want to say the victim, I hate the word victim. I hate the word survivor too. So I'm not a victim, I'm not a survivor. I didn't survive it. Look at me, I'm destroyed right now. I'm in a bad place. What have I survived? I'm not a victim neither, because at the end of the day, what is a victim? A victim is someone, you know what? I don't even know. I can't even answer that question. I know I'm clever, but I can't answer that. But, yeah, I don't class myself a victim. I don't class myself as a survivor. I don't class myself as anything. I just class myself as me. I'm a human being. I've had to live through so much that not many people should live through. I've had to experience a lot than many will ever experience, and I'm still here. Don't know how, don't know why. Maybe there's something above watching over me. Maybe I'm not finished. Maybe Carmela's up there slapping me every time I go to do something stupid. Who knows? But I'm still here. So that is a plus, I suppose. So, yeah, where was I? So, yeah, this all started coming back to me. Memories started coming back, and they got really bad. They got to a point where they were right in my face, happening there and then. I was burying myself where I was banging my head off brick walls a lot. So I went to the police station. I reported it. Now, before, I think about 4 months before, no, August it would have been, so a month before, I went to the doctors. I went to the psychologist and said that obviously I needed to. I had my father, my mother, my brother, my sister, my partner, and I had them all around at my house, and I told them what had happened, because I'd only just met my father since a child. I've got a lot of bad memories, not many good ones, very little memories of him whatsoever. I need to know what was right, what was wrong, and it was at that point that I told them what had happened to me. My sister went into her usual way of, mine's worse. Sorry. You'd have to know what I mean. But yeah, she's another kettle of fish that we shall tackle on another day. My mother didn't know what to do. My father shouts, I fucking knew it. That was his words. Is that words? I fucking knew it, and you all stopped me. But like I said, I don't know what to say to that. That's what was said. So obviously, people knew what was going on. People knew what was happening to me, but things weren't getting done. And I ended up going through years and years. Like I said, this went on until I was 15. Don't get me wrong, between 13 and 15, it filtered down a lot. because I was making any excuse I could not to go around to his home, not to follow him where he is. But it's only when I get kicked out of the house and get told I have to go that I went. So, me being the passive person that I am, unfortunately, I had to take it. And like I said, this man, he hurt me for a long time. All the time I was doing this, either one of my sisters were in the other room, or his own son was in the other room, or his friends or whatever were in the home while he was doing it. When he wasn't, when he was around his other friends, he was passing me around them, getting me to do things with them. And that hurt too. I didn't want any of that. It's a really tough place to be. I mean, it doesn't help the fact that the only affection I was ever getting shown was what he was showing me. Everything else I ever got from my family was anger and aggression, and or just not wanted. I felt like I didn't deserve anything to be alive. Probably why I attempted my life many times when I was a kid as well. I mean, how many people do you know would jump off a 10-foot wall on purpose, hoping not to be able to survive it? I did that at the age of 11. I'd climb up on top of buildings and jump right off, hoping that I'd cause some major damage to myself. A couple of times I had actually caused damage to myself, hurt my legs, stuff like that. I was doing things I shouldn't have done as a child. I was a little twat as a child, I won't lie. Don't get me wrong, everyone thought I was very nice. I was a very polite lad. You ask anyone who knew me as a child, and they'll tell you I was a polite lad who did anything for anyone, who would help anyone out, and I did. But when it comes to myself, I put myself into self-destruct, and I really battered myself about. I would crash myself into walls and everything. I would cause damage. I'd jump in front of a bus before now, as a child, just to try and get my head clear. Remember, I think I dislocated my arm or broke my arm or something because I said that I put my arm out for a bus where I didn't, and actually jumped in front of it in the path of a bus. And then because I stood up, I just walked away. It's silly things like that it's just happened. But like I said, this guy hurt me. He hurt me bad. And I couldn't tell anyone, no one would believe me, so I had to stay stumped throughout the whole time. What doesn't help as well is when I finally got the courage to go to the police station, I trundled in there, does my statement. And first of all, now, do you know what? If you're going to do it and you think you're going to be able to get somewhere, do it. Be outspoken, be honest, because don't be ashamed. I was ashamed for many years. I was embarrassed. I was in, like I said, it killed me. I should be dead. But I did it anyway. Now this is where the police force needs to sort this act out. Because I walked into the police station. It explains that I'm wanting to give a statement about, now I'm wanting to tell them about a historic sexual abuse claim. So, first of all, I has to explain it to the person on the desk. They wanted ins and outs of certain parts. Then I get carried off and I go to speak to 2 more officers. I have to tell them everything I was in there for about 2-3 hours, telling them everything. Then I have to wait in the hallway, then go and see someone else. I have to tell them all about it again. I'm in there for 2-3 hours. So I was in the police station nearly all night. I think it was about 10 o'clock I finally came out of the police station. But I had to go back a week later to give another statement, this time on video. So I goes in, does the statement. No, I tell lie, this one wasn't on video, but this one just, I can't remember. It's even recorded on video, 1 or 2. So I'm in there for about 3-4 hours doing a whole statement about everything that happened. Now, the main part focused on Mikey, around this one guy, around this one bastard who hurt me. But I included the other ones that did it as well. Then it goes, I get told, right, well, because it's not happened in Salford, because I reported in Salford, it's got to go over to where the events happened. It'll be handed over to someone there and they'll be in touch. A few weeks went by, then I get a phone call, introduce myself from there. And I have to go in and do it all over again. Give the fucking long ass statements, video statement for hours and hours, I think 6 hours in total, if not more. And then off they go, I get sent on my way. I get told that victim support ring me. I got 1 phone call and then nothing else. Never heard anything else from them. They dropped me like a leaf. I then got introduced to... No, I then had another breakdown and ended up under Meadowbrook's care. That's where I ended up with a lot of medication because Meadowbrook put me on the home-based treatment team. Now, I've not said this before, but the funniest statement ever said to me, I can't put you in there because you'll end up fighting and end up in trouble. So I'll have to put you on home-based treatment. Now, I didn't want to live. I wanted to die at any minute. For this reason that they were putting me on daily prescriptions. And then I stayed in their care for a while. All the time, the police are doing their investigations. And then I get a phone call, still under their care. We found out that Mikey has died. He died 2 weeks after I gave my statement. So while I was in their police station giving a video statement, that fucker was luckily dying in a corner of cancer, getting away with it all. That was it. That destroyed me. That battered me for so long. And up the medications went. Up they went to a lot higher dose just to try and help me cope with that. No, I'm always said to the police officer, though, we're going to try and go for the other ones. We just need more information of who they are. We're going to go for them. Okay, I says. So he explains who they are. Gives the names, gives details of places, addresses, etc. I even drove around the Meadowbrook estate looking for where they lived, trying to remember 20 years back when I was a little kid going to these houses. I mean, it's things you can't forget, things you cannot forget. Like, bearing in mind I was what at the time, 11, 12, and I'm going to this house of these two guys, and first thing you notice, it's dark, it's dull, they've got big ass sofa, and they've got a big computer that he claims is tied up to his watch that tells him about his pills and stuff like that. And he'll let me play computer games on it. You'll remember that. Most people would. And like I said, stupid things like that I remembered. So I'm having to go through all this, explain everything, explain what had happened, having to go into it in more detail, which had another impact on me. But then off we're going to go to do their searching, months are going by, things are happening. And then I've got found out that they're either dead or untraceable, the majority of them. But they found one person. This one person called Michael. Now, this man, I remember him, is an animal. What don't help is he's also got connections to other people that I know and I know are dodgy. Starters, he's 3 of them. 2 of them, one of them's I know has done some damage to someone I know who I found quite close to me at one part in my life. One of them was married to my sister, and then the third one was with him. The third one, he hurt me a lot as well. And I had to give a statement about him. So I had to go, now bearing in mind we're a year down the line, Meadowbrook had discharged me to my doctor. My doctor's fucked up and not sent me to Cromwell House. And every time I ask him to send me to Cromwell House, he's sending it back to primary care, not Cromwell House. So my doctor has just left me stewing on medication for over a year. But we'll go into that in more detail another time as well, because I have explained that briefly in the past. But this guy, I get told, yeah, we're going to go for him. We just need you to come in, do another statement, exactly what he happened to you, and an impact statement. So in I go with 2 sessions it took, about 6 hours in total, just doing these impact statements and the statement about him. And now I'm going in more detail, because since the first statement, I've had flashbacks daily, lived in flashbacks, experienced flashbacks. All my memories have come flooded back over and over and over again. Everything's come back to me. So I goes in and I starts giving all the information that I know now, all the information, everything. So all the stuff that I told them, plus extras that I'd remembered. And my impact statement, and off it goes to CPS. So then comes back, start quibbling. Anyway, it goes on for a while, back and forth, back and forth. And then a couple of weeks ago, I find out that CPS have kicked it out. Now, the reason the CPS have kicked it out isn't because they don't believe me, apparently. Because fucking hell, you know what? I won't blame anyone who didn't blame me because it's that much shit's happened to me in my life. It reads like a fucking fiction novel, let alone anything else. But anyway, so they're going through explaining the reason why they kicked it out is because of discrepancies between my statement a year ago and my statement now. When I explained that the statement a year ago has got less information than one it has now, obviously they said, well, members have come back, things have changed, all stuff going on. No, they won't do it. So it got kicked out of court purely because some solicitor from CPS doesn't want to take it to court in case it gets argued because one statement's different than another. But what not acknowledging is one statement's got more information than another for that reason at all, and they won't let me explain that. I'm not allowed to speak to him direct and explain that to him, and that is a disgrace. Because this prick has now got off with it. He's able to hang around near children. He's got children of his own, I believe. And the best thing is, during his statement, when he was arrested and questioned, he'd given no comment. So he didn't even explain any of it when he was questioned, didn't even explain his connections, etc. He just no commented. Now, if someone no comments throughout a statement like that, how the fuck are they innocent? I don't get that. And why are they letting him slide like this? Purely because they don't think that I can do it, but they don't know me. They don't know that I am more than happy to bloody argue with some prick in the dock if I have to, just to tell them this is what I've been through and this is what my memories are now. And the reason they are like this now because I'm having these flashbacks every day. I'm experiencing memories that they would never have to experience in their life, the lucky bastards. But no, I'm not allowed to. So this little shit now gets away with it all. And if I go hunting for him, I'll fucking probably be banged up for assault or murder. Yet he's allowed to do what he did to me with his prick friends and get away with it. I don't get it. It's a disgrace. That's how the system works, and I hate the system right now. I have hatred for the system. Now, I don't, like I said, I was a little twat when I was a kid. I would wind up the local coppers all the time. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't do anything big or major. It was just a little nickly bit to wind them up. But the little things like popping them on a little scooter or driving cars at 15, I did all that. Or wind them up and then ride off and torment them. And to be fair, there was one main one that I used to do it all the time to, and he got me back. Because when I first passed my test and I got my car, he decided to make me lose my license again, so I had to do a retake. By basically saying I've got ball ties, this, that, and the other to get my points up. So he got me back, and you know what? I can't complain because he did that. But now I just feel failed by the system, because ever since then, I've always told my children, I've always told people I know, be respectful of the police, be respectful of the system. The system will do what it wants. But it's just letting people down one after the other. It's let me down this time. It's not the only time. It's the only time it's let me down in the past couple of years. About a year ago, my daughter's out playing in the front of the flats. About a year and a half ago it was. My daughter's out playing in front of the flats. Asian lad comes up to her. And he starts trying to drag her off into bushes, and trying to kiss her and trying to pull her into the bushes. Tell her to come with him. She's saying no, and he tried to pull her off. So I goes kicking off, as you can imagine. Police come to investigate. And the response given to the police, who refused to do any more, was he doesn't speak English. He was trying to make friends. Now, I know, and the girls know full well, he speaks full English because he goes to their school. But the police accepted this and let him get away with it and would not do anything for it. And I had to sit back and fucking accept that some little shit tried to sexually assault my daughter. He's going to do it to someone else. And I can't do anything about it. Because the police won't do anything about it. Yet, once again, if I'd have fucking gone into his house and smashed 10 tons of shit out of him, I'd have been arrested for assault or something. There's no win about it. And then last week, now bearing in mind, I've had this news, but not good news. I kind of went off with the meds. I had meds for a full week. I was starting to get rather psychotic. I was starting to get really, really bad person. But I was putting on the brave face around my children. So my children were protected. But then as soon as I'm out of that section, boom, 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 I'm going. My head's gone. I lost concentration. I lost communication with everyone. I was trying not to speak to people, trying not to acknowledge people. And then, like I said, last week, I'm pulling into Morrison's car park. Now I've got a bad leg. My car jerks to a stop. The Asian guy is coming along I'm coming at the junction there. The Asian guy coming this way. Now my car comes to a jerk, but it stops on the line as it's supposed to. He just stops dead there and he starts shouting abuse, but his window's up. So I went, what? What's your problem? He pulls up at the side of me and I went, what's your problem? What's your fucking problem? So I went, no, what is your problem? Why don't you learn to drive, you stupid white fucking bastard? No, you stupid white fat bastard, he said. So, what is your problem? I'm going to fucking ram you with my car, he says. So, right, go on then. So he pulls back and goes to ram me with his car. So I pulls out of the way. And then he goes, I'll fucking kill you, you fucking white fat bastard. I said, just go away. Just go away. And then speeds up, parks up in the disabled bay. And then I goes into the back of my car as normal. Next thing you know, I've got a poke in my hand because I'm moving stuff to get to my bags. And this car comes flying at me. So it spins round, whacks it with my poke in the window. But this car, literally, I'm there, it went into me like this. And if he hadn't jumped into the boot in the way, he'd have fucking killed me. All because he was in a bad mood, I don't know what. But he's giving it all this. Calling me, like I said, a stupid white fat bastard constantly. Now, I said this. I went into the Morrisons. I said to the Morrison staff, look, can I get access to your cameras? No one of the manager can. Right, well, I need manager's details because I'm ringing the police because this was just happened to me. Gets manager's details, goes off to do my shopping. Gets my call to the on the tannoy. Come to the front from my car. Comes, turns out he slashed both my tyres as well. So that's it then. I'm proper... I mean, I've had no medication. My anxiety is proper through the roof. I'm really agitated. I'm really frustrated. My heart's going so fast. I'm ready to fucking collapse at any minute. And then I'm talking to two lasses. I'm ringing the police, etc. Getting it all reported. Trying to get stuff done. Get my car recovered. He comes back over, start acting the big man because he came with some big guy. And he's there. And he goes in my fucking boot and tries to grab the poke and goes to hit me with it for a couple of times. Now the girls are telling him, look, what are you doing? Calm down. He's going, you call me a black bastard. Now I'm sorry, but that's not me. Anyone who knows me knows that's not me. And the last thing I would do is call anyone that. But I know why he did that with witnesses about. Because he knew full well what he'd been calling me, and that was his defence. So that was it then. He's there with this, with my poke out my boot, because he'd got in my boot and got it out, and he's there trying to whip me. So as soon as I saw the sign, I got it off him. I just whipped it like that, twisted it, and then chucked it in my boot and put my boot down. And then the girls were on the phone to the police. He's there. He gave up once I took the poke off him, and he started going off, and he got basically ushered off by some of the staff there. But like I said, I rang the police, got the police, they rang the police as well, the police come to us. Now this copper, he wasn't interested. As soon as he got there, he wasn't interested in listening to anything that I got to say. I told him what he called me, I told him what it was, I told him what had happened. He'd clearly slashed my wheels. He clearly driven at me. It's all caught on camera, but the cameras aren't owned by Morrison's, they're owned by the car park company. This copper didn't want to do the legwork, he wasn't happy. So I basically puts everything through. He then says that, I told him that, look, I had a poke in my hand, a Hermband hit the window. Oh, I'm going to have to charge you for a fray. Like, you what? So, because you've hit and told me you hit his window, I'm going to have to charge you with a fray. If he comes back with allegation, I'm going to have to do the charge. I said, are you taking a mix? I said, he just tried to kill me and he slashed my tyres. I said, he is literally driven at me to kill me. He's giving me nothing but racial abuse. And you're telling me you're going to charge me. And that's how he got away with it. Because apparently the guy did ring up. And the guy turned around and said, I called him a black bastard. No, I didn't. I didn't, and I know I didn't. But he used it as a defence. Because he knew what he'd been calling me to get out of it. And like I said, the cop didn't want to do any work. He didn't want to do any work at all to see the videos, to see what had gone on. He didn't care. He just wanted it out of his way. And it really irritates me because they get away with it over and over again. And it just seems like people get away with everything nowadays. And yet, no, my luck, if I was to lash out at someone, I'd be the one up. But don't worry, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be nice and calm. As you all know as well, like I was saying, go back to where I was. So, yeah, the case was kicked out by the CPS. Nothing they can do now, nothing they will do. They're just gotta leave it at that. And it really irritates me, it really upsets me, because it feels like nobody wants to listen to me, or nobody wants to understand how much this has gone on in my head for so long. I've not been allowed therapy or anything like that. I've not been allowed anyone to speak to. Those who do speak give me like a short section, and there's just no help whatsoever. So, like this medication like I said, I've gone on about it for a while now, but I've just been left on this medication for so long that it's caused damage to my body. I'm not getting up till 11, 12 o'clock every day. I'm missing appointment after appointment because I'm struggling to get out of bed. It's killing me. When I stopped the medication last week, first couple of days I was bouncing about. I was the old me. But then after that, it just turned me downhill to a point where I just wanted to die, basically. I just couldn't handle it anymore. At one point, I must have had a total blackout because I found a video on my phone, which I will tag onto the bottom of this. That is of me at one of my worst points. I didn't even know I'd done it. I just found it, so I must have been in a really bad place at the time. But it is what it is, eh? But yeah, so like I said, that's where that's gone on. I'm going to go into more depth and all that sort of soon. Like I said, I am going to write more about the house. Like I said, I've said in the past, I've been offered a house. I've been offered a nice a house away from here to get my own space, so the girls will have their own rooms. I'll have my own garden, somewhere to relax in, to work in. Things can start getting a lot on top now, but I got offered this house, 6 weeks ago now, and it's only just being emptied. So it's taking its time. God knows when it's going to be done. I'm just hoping I can be in there in the next few weeks, because I do need to get out of this flat sooner rather than later. It's doing me in totally. But anyway, yeah, so that's coming along, hopefully. My college application's been accepted. I've got a induction day, so that's good. Just got to get the finance sorted, finished for that one. So the college in September, get married in 2 weeks on Friday. That's good to look forward to. Things have started to move along. I had a few hiccups, but overcoming quite easy. So, like I said, I don't hold any malice towards anyone, or I don't care. We can sort it. I got no disrespect for anyone. So that's coming along well. Like I said, medication, I'm finally under control house, but not till October. So I've still got to stick with it. And like I said, this is crippling me, this medication. For those that don't know, I'm on quetiapine, promazine, venlafaxine, as well as statins and atorvastatin and all this rest of this cack. Plus I'm under investigation for this, that and the other, going on courses for this, that and the other. So they're all doing me in. So, yeah, what was I saying? I've lost my trail of thought now. So I said, so that's coming along, but slowly. In the meantime, I've still got to be the way I am. I know for the wedding day and the day before, I'm not going to be able to have medication, but 2 days without medication, and I'm probably at my most bounciest, so it's probably the best. Because you'll see the hyperactive me, the boisterous me, the person who's always on a high. You won't see the low side, which is a good thing. I'm changing my doctors when I move, because my doctor's done me over something good, and I need to still sort out this complaint with them. So yeah, so that's been what's happening. Like I said, last 2 weeks I went into self-destruct, because of what basically the news had been given, and then everything just toppled on top. So it wasn't good. I'm finally coming back on top of it all again, slowly. Yeah, it's not a nice place to be, and I do feel like I've wasted 2 years. 2 years where we could have just buried it and done the same thing again, gone back to work. Because I miss work so much. I do miss being able to get up in the morning, go to work, have a banter, have a laugh, earn a living. I wish I could just do it again. It's really hard. It's not something I know I can do right now. And that's why I'm chucking myself into the college course instead. I chuck myself into them. They're only part-time, only no more than a day and a half out the whole week. And I know I'll be able to breeze through them. Plus with the house, once I get the house, I'll have more space. I can just happily sit, do anything I need to. So I am looking forward to all that. Just got to get this next couple of weeks out of the way first. And I've been having my daughter more as well, which has been brilliant. My eldest has gone out to scout camp for the week. My youngest have been having for week on week off. And I think we've all loved that. Even she has. She was already counting down the days when I dropped her off last time on Sunday. She showed me how many fingers, tell me, don't worry, Daddy, that many fingers. So I'm looking forward to seeing her again on this Monday. So yeah, so anyway, I've waffled on for a bit now. I said I'll put that video below. That's a bit of a clincher. And yeah, I'm gonna try to do some more videos as we go along. Try to do maybe a couple of lives while I'm moving if I can. Because that's going to be one eventful time. Moving is the most stressful thing you'll ever do, and I've done it too many times in my life to even know. But yeah, there's a lot more things that contribute to my PTSD. I know this, we all know this. It's not just basically what happened to his childhood, obviously that's the biggest part. We know it's my experience while working in retail, it's my loss of my fiancé, it's the loss of my children, ins and outs, all the dramas that come along with that, the way the mothers have acted towards me, plus other attitudes that have come along. It's all contributed, it's all made it worse and worse and worse. And yeah, I can't help but think if I bottled it all up again 2 years ago, would I still be doing what I was doing 2 years ago? Would I still be working? Would I have come off ill? Would I have come out of work? Would the things have happened that did happen? Who knows? But yeah. And there's my 2 Kung Fu dogs. But yeah, thank you for listening. If you've got this far, well, thank you very much. You've obviously listened to a lot of stuff. And I am grateful for any comments or posts that anyone puts up. It's hard for me. Oh, one more thing. I've signed up for the Salford City Reds 15-mile sponsored walk. So you may see that pop up soon. I will be obviously asking for donations for that. If anyone knows Salford City Reds Rugby Union. The Salford City Reds Rugby Club, based out of AJ Bell Stadium. They have a brilliant mental health group in there. They do a lot with male mental health mainly. I have a big focus on it. I've sat back. I've not been involved much at the moment, but I am looking to get more involved in that as time goes by. Because I've been doing my self-health improvement stuff, I've not wanted to get into anything else. The self-health improvement stuff's been put on a bit of a pause at the moment. I'm going to go and visit Salford City Reds more, see what else to do, see what I can get involved in from a user point of view rather than a worker point of view at the moment, and maybe get more involved that way. So if anyone's got any comments or interest on that, please just let me know. Well, thank you very much for taking your time, and speak to you all soon. Bye.